Police and firefighters spent the day searching the Kentucky River. We'll tell you what they're looking for.
School starts on Wednesday for students here in Madison County, but some students won't be going back to school until next week.
UK healthcare officials say there's a new epidemic affecting Kentuckians.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5.
Good afternoon. Police and firefighters remain on the Kentucky River right now, where they are conducting a search.
It began around 11 this morning, where Tates Creek Road hits the river at the Fayette-Jessamine County line. They received a tip about a body in the water, but investigators haven't said much else. WKYT's Victor Puente is tracking the search in our top story at 5.
Detectives and firefighters have been down here by the Kentucky River for more than 6 hours. They say they're searching for a body, but won't say whose. Lexington firefighters spent the morning searching the river near the Valley View Ferry. About a dozen members of the police department are here with them. They tell us they got a tip over the weekend from a third-hand source about a crime near the river or in it. Police at the scene say they're looking for a body that could be in the river, but won't comment any further on this investigation. Fayette, Jessamine, and Madison counties all meet here at the ferry. There was a Jessamine County Sheriff's deputy and firefighter here earlier. The dive team arrived a few hours ago and drove their equipment out onto the ferry. They appear to be using it as their base. Police have taped off nearby Donaldson Park. A man who lives a few miles up this road told me that earlier this morning they had the whole road shut down. You couldn't even get close to the ferry. That's obviously changed as the day has gone on, but the ferry is still closed while this investigation continues. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Police have not given a timeline for when the search will end. We have rounds of showers and storms in the area this afternoon.
We will have to deal with rain chances for one more day before some really nice weather moves in for us. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey's tracking it all on the First Alert Defender.
You know, all isn't lost on a day like this, though, ladies. We are featuring a lot of breaks in the clouds now into parts of central Kentucky and some very cool-looking skies. Take a look at that sky that is over top of Hamburg Pavilion as of now. Kind of looks a little tropical in nature. Some blue. Some thin cirrus clouds and a little bit of overcast that's going to try to creep back in. It is muggy, 74% humidity now, 81 degrees. That's not bad at all. Again, southwesterly wind at 8 miles an hour, and that southwesterly wind telling us that we are still ahead of the cold front that is off to the north and northwest of Kentucky. Upper 70s to low 80s across central and eastern parts of the state as of now. Areas that have had some rain, those temperatures are dropping. Where we're getting a little sunshine now into parts of central Kentucky, already beginning to see what may be some thunderstorms trying to pop, at least some scattered stuff here into parts of Washington and Marion counties, north of Georgetown, just to the west of I-75 there around Sadieville, northern parts of Scott County. That's over into southern Owen County, where we've had the greatest complex of storms around Moorhead, points east from there. And then look at the clustering of storms lining up here from Pikeville back toward Harlan, where WKYT weather watcher Kyle Howard sending us in a picture of the soggy streets of downtown Harlan as of now. We've got two cold fronts on the move toward the Bluegrass State, bringing that early fall feel. As we go into the next few days, we will track a round of September a little early this year with a 7-day forecast. That's in a few minutes.
Thanks, Chris. Some students in the Madison County School District will get a longer than expected summer break.
Daniel Boone Elementary will start later than the district's other schools because renovations have fallen behind schedule. WKYT's Sam Smith takes us inside to see how much work is left in a story that's new at 5.
District officials say the renovations going on right now may be an inconvenience, but the end result will be a good thing for students and staff.
Daniel Boone is not ready for kids to come in on Wednesday.
This isn't the only school undergoing a makeover. Work is also going on at Whitehall and Kit Carson Elementary schools. But Daniel Boone Elementary is the only one with a delayed start. Officials say crews fell behind here at Daniel Boone, so classes will begin on the 17th.
And Whitehall and Kit Carson should totally be finished, so all those men will come and women will come to Daniel Boone to complete the tile, to complete the office area.
Work is also being done on several classrooms, bathrooms, and the blacktop in front of the school. Officials say teachers tend to start working on the rooms in mid-July. They haven't had that chance this year while work is being wrapped up.
Teachers were in there working. They want to make sure that their classroom is tip-top for when their babies or kids come into their classrooms.
Daniel Boone Elementary's back-to-school night has been moved to Thursday, August 13th from 5:30 to 7:30 at the school. In Madison County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
School days at Daniel Boone won't need to be made up because of the delay. District officials say their school year is already longer than the state's requirements. A man accused in a deadly crash faced a judge this afternoon. Benjamin Brewer pled not guilty to criminal mischief and drug trafficking charges in Lexington. Police arrested him in Hamburg Pavilion Friday night. Last week, a grand jury in Chattanooga, Tennessee, indicted him on vehicular homicide charges for a crash that killed 6 people in June. So far, there's no date for a hearing to take him back to Tennessee. A federal judge is expected to rule this week in the lawsuit against Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis. The ACLU sued Davis for refusing to issue marriage licenses because of her opposition to same-sex marriage. Today, there was a hearing to discuss injunctions filed by both sides in the case. Davis is also suing Governor Steve Beshear, accusing him of violating her religious freedom.
One school district has found a way to ease a nurse shortage for the upcoming school year. Our county-by-county coverage at 5 begins in Lincoln County. The Advocate Messenger reports the school board agreed to take 5% of this year's budget to keep 7 nurses in the district. Last year, they had 9 nurses to cover 10 schools. Before making the budget, they were only going to be able to keep 5 because of a loss in local funding. In Wolfe County, crews returned to the Red River Gorge this weekend to search for a missing camper. Josh Adkins disappeared from the Coomer Ridge campground more than a week ago. Wolfe County search and rescue crews say they will go back out to search if they get new leads.
Prosecutors have filed 10 charges against an 18-year-old critically wounded in an officer-involved shooting. That shooting happened in Ferguson, Missouri during demonstrations on the anniversary of Michael Brown Jr.'s death. As Weijia Zhang shows us, some community leaders are criticizing police tactics used during the protest.
Tensions remain high in Ferguson. Several demonstrators, including Princeton professor Cornel West, were taken into police custody while staging a sit-in outside the St. Louis County Courthouse. It comes after a night of violence and destruction. For the second time in a year, Delana Jones is struggling to clean up her hair salon after looters stormed in overnight.
I was sad and in tears, and so now I'm just really tired and frustrated.
A weekend of peaceful protest was interrupted when a gunfight broke out between 2 groups Sunday night. Hours earlier, more than 1,000 people marched from the spot where unarmed Michael Brown Jr. was fatally shot by a white police officer. Plainclothes police caught up with one of the alleged gunmen and shots were exchanged.
Hey, bleed, get him some help, man. Please get him some help.
18-year-old Tyrone Harris was struck multiple times and faces charges including assault. Some community leaders are criticizing the St. Louis County Police Department for deploying plainclothes officers during the protests.
But you got on plain clothes. How would I know if you with us or is you with them?
The police chief has not responded to the concerns, but insists the problem is not police or even protesters, but a small group of criminals determined to cause chaos. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, Ferguson, Missouri.
Attorney General Loretta Lynch condemned the violence. Well, as the problem of heroin addiction grows, so does the number of babies born addicted.
Dealing with the problem was a topic of a discussion this morning at UK Hospital. As Mike Linden shows us, experts are also concerned about what happens once the babies go home.
We have an epidemic. That's basically what it is.
UK healthcare officials met with state representatives earlier this morning to discuss Senate Bill 192. The heroin bill. Doctors say Kentucky mothers using the drug while pregnant has led to a large number of babies being born with NAS, or neonatal abstinence syndrome.
The number of infants born with a neonatal abstinence syndrome continues to increase, which speaks to the issue of the amount of opioid dependence that's present in our population right now.
UK healthcare doctors say up to 3 babies a day are born with NAS in Kentucky, a rate that's 48 times higher than just 15 years ago.
The effect of the drugs on the baby, on the developing fetus, is really an effect on the wiring of the brain.
While doctors say many of the issues that are associated with addiction are developed before birth, that there's still many things that can be done to help these children once they leave the hospital.
Dr. Bada says she's glad to see the state recognizing the growing problem, but she's still concerned about how the children will grow up once they leave the hospital.
After the baby is born, we probably cannot do much on whatever damage there was from the exposure to the drugs, but nature will play a big role.
In Lexington, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Dr. Bada estimates it costs taxpayers on average $65,000 to treat babies with NAS.